Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, here's a simple practice you can do today to understand the nature of the mind. And basically, if you maintain this practice will help you to figure out the inner truth. And figuring out the inner truth is freedom from the mind, freedom from the fear, which is, basically awakening, spiritual awakening, or spiritual enlightenment. So here we go. Just sit and do nothing. I know sitting down and doing nothing itself is doing something, right? There's a participation. You're sitting. But that's the start in the spiritual practice. Sit down, but try not to add anything else in your mind, adding no layers in the mind. Sit without controlling your body and without controlling your mind. And sit how long you can sit without getting distracted. Eventually, you will get distracted for sure. And when the distraction resurfaces, which is the idea in the mind, while you're sitting and doing nothing, you won't even notice that you are getting distracted in the practice. The idea comes in, resurfaces in your mind, and notice how you narrate that idea and make a story on it. It's easy to narrate the story on the idea we see in the sitting practice or in the meditation practice. But today, before you narrate on that idea, just sit and just witness yourself, observe yourself. And instead of narrating the idea, what you do is, once you see the idea that's trying to distract you to lose the practice of sitting, you use that idea and trace it back. You see the idea, it's there. That is making you lose the practice, for sure. Now, I see this idea and trace it back by asking yourself, why is this idea is trying to distract me in my sitting practice? The idea resurfaces in us as likes and dislikes. Especially if the idea is coming in a way as fear, we try to push away. And then we control the body and mind and we try to just sit. And if it's a positive idea, we try to narrate on that idea and make a beautiful story out of it. Whether it's a turmoil or a joy, you ask, why is this idea distracting my practice of sitting and doing nothing? When you ask why, or why do I associate it with this idea? When you ask why, there will be answer. Why? Because you have that idea. You associate it with that idea, whether you're pushing that idea away or you're inviting that idea. So it's in you. So why am I pushing this idea away, or why am I narrating on this idea? Both are the distraction anyway in the emptiness practice that we're trying to prolong. So why? If you follow with the why, there's an answer that you'll see. And whatever answer you see, you use that answer to deepen your inquiry by adding why again on that answer. Why is that important? Or why do I associate it with the answer? And from that second why, you will see the second answer. And in the same way, you keep asking why, keep adding why to the answer. And this is the way to trace the mind to figure out the root cause of the distraction. We are trying to sit, right? In the middle of the sitting, this idea comes in as a distraction that we lose the focus in the practice. So, there's a fluctuation in the practice. And if you use the fluctuation and trace it back, you will see the root cause of the surface fluctuation. And the root cause of the surface fluctuation is simply the ingrained belief. The conditioning of the body and mind is a trigger point. It's triggering us to lose the practice. The simple way to say is that we are so used to the outward journey. We are conditioned to the outward journey. And sitting and doing nothing itself is a fight. It's a friction, isn't it? It's like going against the flow. Sitting down and doing nothing is going against the flow to our usual flow, which is moving outwardly. So when you're sitting and doing nothing and follow your mind or follow the idea backward, you see the root cause of the distraction, a root cause of the fluctuation, which is the conditioning or ingrained belief. Our life is happening from that ingrained belief. And because of that, we are not able to sustain our focus on one thing. And right now, the one thing is just sitting down and doing nothing. Basically, the same scenario in the rest of the areas in our lives as well, isn't it? There are so many important things you need to be part of. And when you are being part of, the concentration, the focus is breaking every time. The ekargata, one-pointedness, focus breaks. So, follow the idea backward. You'll figure out the root cause of the surface fluctuation. Once you figure out the root, notice your life is happening from the root. Now, the true freedom and understanding your mind thoroughly, understanding the nature of the mind thoroughly, is by going further in dismantling the root as well. And dismantling the root is the same way. Asking why. Why am I attached to this root? Why I can't let go this belief in me, this conditioning in me. And you start to see the hidden, the subtle reason behind the attachment, behind the conditioning. And that's the process to go backward further to dismantle all conditioning in us, dismantling all attachment or ingrained belief in us. And why, questioning ourselves why, is the way to go all the way until there is no more conditioning is left. No more mind is left. No more fear is left. So that's the way to go to no mind, towards emptiness. But from that process, you can dismantle further, but that is not the truth yet. You'll understand the nature of the mind, but not the truth yet. And basically, you have to practice and investigate every aspect of your life. Basically, you have to inquiry your attachment, your fear. And if you do that, then you become so thorough in all aspects of your life, and that thoroughness will prepare you. And when you ask yourself, who am I? Then that will help you click. You'll catch your ego sprouting out again. And if you catch that, you'll recognize that the mind cannot comprehend the truth. And the ego drops. Ego dropping is fear in the person drops. Ego dropping means fear drops as well, because the fear is the byproduct of the ego. The backward journey dissolves the ego. Dissolving the ego means dissolving the pain and suffering, the mental suffering from life. And spiritual enlightenment, spiritual freedom is about figuring out the root cause of the suffering and dissolving the root altogether, and bringing an end to human suffering, especially the internal suffering. And when the internal suffering is overcome from the backward journey, you'll understand the nature as well, the outside nature. You'll understand the mind, the outer mind, and you know how to, move from that understanding. So, one journey, inward journey, can resolve the issue inside and also can resolve the issue outside. But if you're trying to stay outwardly and trying to figure out the issue outside, yes, you may be able to resolve the issue outside, but there's another issue waiting for you. After one issue, there's another issue, another issue. It's a never-ending resolving the issue. And the figuring out the outer issue doesn't dissolve the inner issue. Only spiritual practice of dissolving the inner issue can dissolve the outer issue. That is the difference. So how to get to this point of freedom, inner and outer? By starting the practice and sitting and do nothing first. Just sit and do nothing, and whatever comes in your mind as a distraction that is taking you out of the practice of doing nothing, investigate why the idea is distracting you. Why? Simple why. Okay? Give that a go today and see how far you can trace it back. And definitely there will be a friction. Again, the friction is coming from our conditioning. If you're not used to being part of doing nothing and investigating the mind, you will fail in the beginning. But doing it again and again is going to make you better. And eventually, from participating, you'll figure out the truth. That's the process. Okay? Thanks for watching this video. Hope this video may provide you some sort of nugget for your practice. And I hope you're enjoying the backward movement. I know it's not joyful, but the practice will, make you stay in the inward journey. In that sense, I'm saying, joy. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. yeah, take care for now. See you in the next video. Bye.